What's up, guys? I'm in DC, which means I get to bother a lot of high-end locations for fragrance smelling. So I actually went to a lot of places today, more than I was actually expecting initially. So I went to, I don't even know which mall I went to, honestly, but they had Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, they had YSL, all the Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, pretty much all of the above. So I got to pretty much smell a lot of things today. I even got, well, they were kind enough at Neiman Marcus to give me some samples. I did get to try out the new Creed, so I guess I'll start with that. He actually gave me 2 samples of Absolute Aventus, which he actually meant to give me 1 sample of Absolute Aventus, 1 of Delphinus, and 1 of Centaurus. But instead, he gave me 2 of Absolute Aventus and 1 of Delphinus, which I'm not mad about because Centaurus I don't really care about. And then I also got 1 for her, Aventus for her, just for the lady. Yeah, they were nice enough to give me some more fragrances. I did go to Louis Vuitton. I'll go ahead and start off with them. They pretty much just ignored me. They paid no attention to me. I just pretty much went in there, smelled some fragrances again, and they could care less. So this one is Pacific Chill. Kind of wanted to come back and focus more on the ones I wasn't really focusing on last time I went to Louis Vuitton. So Cartier's Rivieras does smell very similar to this fragrance, Luxuriance by Cartier. And the only thing it's missing is the fruity aspect. I think it has like an apricot note or something, or at least that's what it smells like. That's the biggest difference. This is fruitier than the Cartier's Luxuriance. Lovers, I still don't care about at all. I actually sprayed it on myself today, and I cannot wait to wash it off of me when I got home. And City of Stars is nice. I don't think it's worth the price tag. One that I would definitely be interested in purchasing, not really, I don't think I would spend the money on it though, realistically, is Nuit Few. That's one I actually did really enjoy. Next, we'll go ahead and get into Tom Ford's Black Liqueur. So I did find it. I was able to smell it. I actually smelled it a few times. I sprayed it on myself. It's actually pretty good. I don't think I would purchase a bottle, but it's actually really good. I think it deserves to be in the private blend line. Probably gonna be a. I'm not actually. I don't know if this is gonna be a light fragrance. Just because people are probably gonna be looking for that vinyl note, and they're gonna be like, it does not smell like a vinyl, but it's a good fragrance, unique. Definitely smells like a Tom Ford fragrance, so it's, yeah. Anyways, good release by Tom Ford. It's gonna be probably, I would say it's gonna be a better release than Eau d'Ambre Leather, in my opinion, but we'll see. Next, we'll go ahead with the Creeds. I don't have the card for the Centaurus, but I know exactly what it smells like. It smells like a cherry cough medicine. That's what it smells like. It dries down to pretty much smelling kind of like Red Tobacco by Mancera. I don't really care about that scent profile. Centaurus or Delphinus. Delphinus, I don't really remember what it smells like, honestly. Delphinus was not as strong. I kind of don't want to spray it. I'll spray it on the, well, I don't want to spray it myself right now, so I'll go ahead and spray this on the card. That way I can go ahead and give you guys a quick. Okay, yeah, so that's why they both pretty much smell like like a cough drop medicine, like a cherry medicine type of thing. It's these two fell short for me. I don't really. It's different, which is cool that they went in a different direction. I just sprayed some on my finger though. For myself, I do not care about buying them. Realistically, I just don't care of spending the money. I could see them getting on discounted pretty quickly, just because they're probably not going to be as likable as every other creed. Every other creed is pretty much very easy to like. So that's going to be that's probably going to be one of their tougher sales, most likely. Next, we'll go ahead and get into Dolce & Gabbana. My favorite one, out of the ones I smelled from their private line, was Velvet Desert Oud. That was actually pretty good. Everything else I didn't really care about, but the one that stood out to me was Velvet Desert Oud. Let's see, I could go ahead and get into the Guerlains next. I think the Patchouli is a new release for them. It's good, but it smells like oud wood. So it smells more like it smells very similar to oud wood. So it would be redundant to own the Patchouli. I think it's Patchouli Paradise. Something like that, to oud wood. If you didn't have oud wood, or like let's say if I didn't have oud wood and I smelled patchouli, I believe oud wood is still the cheaper fragrance alternative, like the cheaper one to buy. So I would still go with oud wood before I would go with the Guerlain. I did smell Angelique Noir. Angelique Noir is actually really good. I would probably consider getting a bottle if I found it for a good price. But it's like one of those that I'm not sure how much it goes for. I know it's an older release, but I don't think I would go for, I don't think I'd spend more than like $150 for it realistically. But yeah, I smelled a lot of private blend collections. Another one that I got to try, I'll go ahead with Chanel's, just because they were what's it called? It's a smaller quantity that I have with me right now. I did smell the entire line of their private collection, or whatever their collection is. On top of that, I smelled their Les Aux de Chanel collection as well. The only one from their regular private collection, whatever it is, Coromandel. That one actually, I never knew what this fragrance smelled like, but it was definitely my favorite out of all of them. I know Boy is a pretty popular one. I could care less about Boy, honestly. Coromandel though is pretty nice. I'm not giving any in-depth review just because I didn't really get to put them all on skin. It was just kind of test strip, and then the next one, and the ones that caught my eye. These are the ones that absolutely caught my eye. Let me see. And from this collection, the Les Aux de Chanel collection, Paris was my favorite one. But in between, there's three of them. In between Edinburgh, Paris, and Biarritz, these three are really good. So the Les Aux line is actually a pretty good line. All of them are actually pretty good, but the three that stood out to me are these three. I believe, well, I'll get this checked to see. There's 6. So for 3 to be good out of 6, or like 3 to catch my eye out of 6, that's really pretty special compared to everything I smelled today. And I was pretty late on for what I was smelling, so I was already tired of smelling things at some point. But yeah, next or last, we'll go ahead and get into, oh, actually, I forgot to talk about Absolute Aventus. So he actually brought up the bottle for me. I let him know I haven't smelled Absolute Aventus before. I was really interested in smelling it. I just couldn't find it anywhere. He wasn't supposed to take it out, supposedly. But he went to the back, grabbed the bottle. I guess their tester bottle. brought it out to me, sprayed it, and then brought me some carded samples. And it smelled very nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Absolute Ventus. He kept saying it was the Triple H batch, but it did not have the Triple H sticker on it. So I think he's getting confused for what he was saying. But anyways, still really good. I'm not saying that, you know, some of these people are just not into fragrances like we are, so they're not gonna really know what they're exactly talking about. Should they be a little bit more educated if they're gonna sell fragrances? Probably, but who cares, right? Lastly, I'll talk about Christian Dior's Esprit de Parfum line and their regular Privé line. So I did try all of them. These are, for some reason, I don't know what I do with the other carded samples. Eau de Safan, don't like it. Ombre Nuit, I prefer the regular one, not the Esprit de Parfum. Lucky's pretty good. I wouldn't spend the money on a bottle though. And Grease, Dior. Grease is my favorite one. Same thing out of the private line or the Privé line. Grease is my favorite one. So my top 3. So I did smell everything else. Spice Blend is pretty decent. But these all, like, they all smell like money. Like, you could see someone that's really doing really well wearing these fragrances. It's like a different type of fragrance. Like, it's not your typical designer or niche type fragrances. These are, like, you could tell, high-end designers. Like, this is made for people that want to smell really expensive. That's just not what we all want to smell like all the time. Honestly, I don't want to smell like I'm very elegant, or, you know, I don't smell like a millionaire all the time. There's some fragrances that I want to just wear for fun, wear because I enjoy them, not wear them because they smell like I have money. New Look, I have no idea what it's about. Very, pretty much like a white cologne. Oh, those are 2 fragrances I did try from Creed. I tried Pure White Cologne and I tried Spice and Woods. Both really good. But that's it. Both really good. Would I buy a bottle? Probably not. Maybe. Actually, you know what? I'll say maybe. But yeah, New Look. It's interesting. You can tell it's a pretty linear. It's kind of like cologne type of scent. I would say like it's an aspect of Killian's cologne, or you know, something simple in that aspect. Or like Chanel's, the private line Eau de Cologne, I think it was called. Spice Blend, it's okay. Bois d'Argent, I thought I was actually gonna really enjoy. It's one that's just okay. It's kind of in the aspect of Lovers or Santal 33, that kind of fragrance family that I could care less about. Dior Riviera. It smells like minerals. It smells like literally a river and the rocks, minerals in the rocks. This one's pretty decent. I don't think I wouldn't spend the money on it realistically. Le Col Noir. It's okay. Vanilla Diorama. If you do really enjoy vanilla and you want like a high-end vanilla, Diorama is actually pretty good. I'm not a big fan of many vanillas, but Vanilla Diorama is actually a pretty good vanilla scent. My top 3 though, at the number 3 spot would be Ombre Nuit, or Ombre Nuit, or whatever. Some people say it smells like Xerjoff's 40 Knots. If you look at Fragrantica, people are going to say that 40 Knots smells like this fragrance. It does not. It's not close. This one's way better than 40 Knots. I would purchase this over 40 Knots. I would probably get rid of 40 Knots for this fragrance. It's 40 knots does not come close to Ombre Nuit. Tabacular is my second favorite out of the ones I've smelled. The one that the clone from, I believe it's Maison Alhambra, is actually a pretty good clone of it. But the one from Maison Alhambra comes off as a thicker, kind of sweeter scent. This is not as thick and sweet as the clone comes off as. This is not fresh, but it's not too dense. I'm trying to think on like the kind of depth, like the denseness. It would be like in a aspect, just from the top of my mind, Naxos comes into mind, that the clone of Naxos came off the same way, like a thicker kind of more winter scent than Naxos really is. Naxos is still like a colder weather scent, but it's not as it's not as restricting. It's a pretty nice kind of clean scent. Tabacular is kind of the same thing. So that's at the number 2 spot, and then Grease Dior is at the number 1 spot. I don't know what it is about these like purple kind of fragrances that I'm a sucker for, but damn, it's good. I had the clone for Grease. I believe it was actually by Maison Alhambra, but does not even come close to what it actually smells like. The clone was actually pretty nice, but it smelled more like Oud Satin Mood. This one, I have no idea what to compare it to, but it's really nice. So if you guys know anything that smells similar to Grease Dior, without the Privé line price, please let me know. If it's a Xerjoff or something. So the Coromandel, I did look that up earlier. People say it smells like Xerjoff's Richwood, which at this point I don't know which one would be cheaper to buy. I don't know if the Chanel would be cheaper or Richwood. I don't think I've smelled Richwood. I might have. Actually, I don't think so. I feel like it'd probably be easier to find Richwood at a discounter compared to Coromandel, just because Chanel doesn't do discounters. But yeah, shout out to Tito, and shout out to, I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Quaylin. They're both very helpful. Tito was at Neiman Marcus, and Quaylin worked at Dior. Yeah, really good people. Tito's the one that gave me the samples for the Creeds, so shout out to him. Treated me very nicely compared to the people at Louis Vuitton that didn't even look my way. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know what you guys think. Out of the 2 Christian Dior's, the Spirit de Parfum and the Privé line, Grease just has a choke. Grease got me in a chokehold. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know what you guys think. Found a whole bunch of new releases, and it was pretty nice smelling new things. Actually, I did smell Versace's private line as well. I could care less about any of them. They just weren't too great. Just like Eros, and they're just okay fragrances. They go from okay designers to okay private line designers. Let me see. Yeah, let me think. What else? Out of everything here, the stuff I would probably purchase: the 3 Dior's, Coromandel. I would have to revisit the other Chanel's from the other line to see if I would really want to purchase. But from the top of my mind, since nothing really grabbed my attention as of right now, I wouldn't purchase anything. Just because if it was more special, I would remember it. I did smell some bottle number 9s. They're pretty decent. That's it. I think people say that bottle number 9s don't really smell too great, but I think some of them were, the ones I smelled today were pretty fine. Let me think. There was a Zerjoff that I smelled today that was actually pretty interesting. It was Cambridge or something. Really nice. Torino 21, 22, both really nice. I would not buy a bottle, maybe of 21. 22, I believe, was like the sweeter one. 21 was the fresher one. I would probably purchase 21 for like a spring summer scent. Cambridge, really nice scent. I wish I had the tester strip for it, but definitely impressed because I haven't really seen the hype for it, and I looked it up. That one goes for like about 100, so I could probably find it somewhere else for like 100, less than 100 bucks. Let's say a Facebook Marketplace group or something like that. Especially because you can find them on discounters for maybe 104, 105 bucks. Let me think what else. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this video up. It's a 20-minute video. That's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.